off. Yeah, this is a really, really exciting one. And there we go. No nonsense with the handshake from Hayley Carter this time. I do love that she got this awesome submission, but everyone just remembers the handshake. Yeah, but nobody else remembers anyone else's handshake.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you know, sweet submission. There's a loads of
Thank
those
you.
around. Awesome handshake. No,
Yeah.
you've got to keep that. I'd be proud of that. So we see her clinching up now. You know, Danielle is just, she's very, very aggressive, describes her style as, we've had some great ones tonight, but describes her style as an angry hippopotamus, which is, I mean, if anyone knows their natural history and their, you know, biology, one of the most dangerous animals on the planet, the hippopotamus, you know, very, very strong bite force. Of course, we hope that she won't be biting anyone here tonight.
Apart from the orca, of course, you know.
Yeah, well, that would be the fun. Danielle Tighe against 12-year-old Natalie Costa.
Yeah.
That is the match to make on Enyo 3, I think.
Hayley did predict that they would have some exchanges in standing before this goes to the ground. It looks like that is coming true.
Yeah, we don't see a lot from Hayley in no-gi. We saw her last time on Enyo in the gi. Danielle on the other side, on the other hand, we see mainly no-gi. So maybe a small advantage there, but balanced out by the fact that, you know, Hayley is a pretty accomplished and experienced brown belt, whereas Danielle is only got her brown belt a couple of months ago.
And yeah, Danielle's everywhere.
Oh, yeah, she's
every
everywhere.
show that's on, every camp, she's there.
Every gym.
Yeah,
I
every
asked her what gym she trains out of. She doesn't answer. She just says, I represent Checkmate. The reality is she trains out of about 5 different gyms.
Yeah, fair play to her.
Absolutely. You know, it's paying off. She's doing fantastic recently. She kind of burst onto the scene a couple of years ago, and, you know, it is that she just has that gameness. She's just ready to go 100% against anyone.
Having a variety of training partners as well at this, you know, the higher levels is so important.
Looks like she's got a front headlock position here. She's got to be careful with Hayley coming out that back and taking the back position, but trying to get an inside sweep from there. Both of these girls quite physical. Hayley is a personal trainer, so, you know, she, you know, is very experienced in doing her gym work. Danielle, I know, also quite big into her strength and conditioning. So physically, both of these girls are quite a matchup.
And is also a firefighter. So a very physical job.
Back into the centre here.
I think this is what's also really impressive too, and something that maybe just doesn't get mentioned a lot. A lot of our competitors tonight also work full-time jobs as well as training. You know, some of them have children, have other commitments in life, and, you know, they're still here putting on a show. And I think, you know, there's a lot of credit due for that.
100%. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether either of these girls look to pull guard at all, or, you know, if we end up in this stalemate of a standing position here. No real commitment to much. There we go. As I say that, there we go, done.
That was unfortunate. I think that could have been a really nice leg trip there.
Oh, she's got to be careful. Far side. Nicely done by Hayley, turning into her opponent as Danielle looked to tie up a far side Kimura there. Danielle now on the back. I mean, the last time we saw Danielle compete on Enyo 1, she was fight of the night, and it was a really back and forth. They both had each other's backs. There were throws, there were takedowns, there were submission attempts, arm bars. You know, it was kind of a crazy match here. Whereas Hayley was a lot more composed in that gi match. Very, very dominant. Very, very composed. So it's a little bit of a clash of styles, I think, but that's what makes it exciting. Danielle almost coming to the back there, and Hayley first trying to go for a Kimura and then bailing out the back door, trying to pick up a leg potentially in a knee bar, and finding herself on her back inside of a butterfly guard position, now half guard position here. Takes top position. So we went from not seeing much for the first 3 minutes to seeing a hell of a lot in the minute afterwards. 6 minutes left of the match here. We haven't seen any submission attempts really to speak of. So then we think about positionally. Well, I don't know. I think the next minute's going to be really telling to how this fight is going to be scored.
Hayley coming over down to the side control. Did a really good job of crushing those legs down in order to transition.
Yeah, good inverting here, and I think she's going to stay pretty tight here too.
Yeah, I have that feeling. I think this is where maybe the experience advantage from Hayley is going to start to pay off. I think that she's going to try and, now the chaos of that first exchange and the wrestling, and, you know, stalemate, and that exchange with the failed takedown attempt, I think now she's going to go, okay, I'm in control. I'm going to try and take mount or take the back. I think she's going to stay pretty tight, as you said, Sam.
So on Enyo 1, Hayley managed to get the armbar. So I wonder if she's going to go for something simple. She did say that she usually gets the armbar, that she enjoys omoplatas, but usually gets the armbar right.
This position, I mean, the leg scissor here around the head is. It just looks, for some reason, Danielle's just looks super strong.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
A tight
I mean,
squeeze.
it just looked like a super strong position. You don't really see someone giving that much space when someone tries to do that. But, I mean, Hayley's able to get through that and pass back to side control again. And looks like she's trying to tie up a far side Kimura and sitting back, like you said, Vanessa. I think a great call of thinking about going for another armbar. She's in a great position. This is not dissimilar from where she took it from in her first match on Enyo. I think she's going to look to sit back here at some point.
Yeah, this sort of head scissor position, you never want to admit how uncomfortable that is to
horrible.
be in it.
It's
Women's
horrible.
adductor strength as well.
Yes.
It's
Incredible.
surprising.
Okay, so out for the arm, but
there's the armbar
yeah, I
attempt,
think
but
good escape from Danielle.
that's on the scorecard.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: is that leg scissor on the scorecard? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it
I
would
don't
be
think so.
generous to
Wait,
give it.
I've seen people get choked unconscious with that, though.
I've seen women explode watermelons with that, right?
God, I did not know where that
People-
sentence was going. Very concerning for a second.
It's not
there.
9 o'clock yet, guys. Danielle with the top pressure here.
Yeah, so a change of positions here. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Danielle can pass this guard. She looks very, very close, just trying to pummel these legs through. 3.5 minutes left, so we're into sort of the last third of this match. And it's pretty close. You know, you've got to give the advantage to Hayley.
Yeah.
2 nice guard passes, solid side control, and that armbar attempt. I don't think anything realistically that we can consider a submission attempt from Danielle yet, but plenty of time to try and work something, especially now she's in top position. Is she going to try and take the back? So I refed all her matches in the contender series, in the contenders event for Polaris, and I also commentated her match on Polaris. She was looking for the back, taking the back, and submitting from the back, just really, really consistently. So, you know, perhaps a step up in competition against Hayley, where it's not going to be quite as easy to do that.
So we just had an attempted knee bar there from Hayley, but it just wasn't deep enough.
No.
Yeah, Danielle did a great job of just scooping the hips backwards.
Yeah.
So, and that's just what tricky no gi. Obviously, you haven't got the friction with the gi, even for the knee bars to kind of consolidate that.
Yeah, Danielle really thrashing those legs out, stopping Hayley from getting any control over them. She's got to be careful of the leg here.
50-0.
50-0. It adds up
But
to
turning to
half, but who cares?
I'm never going to live this down, am I?
If you can have half guard, you can have 50-0.
You can- exactly. You don't need 100% guard.
No, it's true.
Yeah, Danielle need to elevate a little bit here to be able to
This is a strong position for
get
Hayley.
underneath this leg. Yeah, if she can keep that.
Cross face and
Pressure,
score those
yep.
legs out. I think we're going to see Hayley with another guard pass here, and I think that could really start to cement this. Especially, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Hayley pass at this point. You know, very nasty cross face here. I think at some point Danielle's going to have to give up on that leg, push that leg backwards past the guard, and then I think we're going to see Hayley go for a sort of Hail Mary attack on another armbar, maybe.
Oh, okay.
As I say that, I mean, I predicted the remainder of the match, but I could be completely wrong. Danielle is still very much in this and trying to take this leg out.
Yeah,
Hayley's
she
lost
needs
that
to try and get
crossface.
to get under that arm a little bit. I mean, it's still blocking. It's doing its job. This is a tricky position now for Danielle to stay in again, as you mentioned earlier. Hayley can sprawl the legs back and pass the guard. Danielle really needs to be able to elevate the hips here and open that left knee out wide so she can get under this and isolate the leg here.
Hayley did a really good job there of crushing that frame down of Danielle too. But Danielle keep bringing it back. There you are. She's bringing back that frame to try to extend and get that space.
Yeah. Got about 50 seconds left now. Again, I still think we're probably leaning more towards Hayley with the armbar submission attempt. There's the smother.
Hayley using her feet there to try to unlock Danielle's legs.
Yeah, this is the sort of pressure that I was
Here we go.
talking about, that I thought the pass would come. 20 seconds left, probably not enough time to try and tie up an arm for an armbar attempt, but if it's there, Hayley will give it a go.
Yep. she's going.
She's going for
Yeah,
it.
great job.
Oh
Very
my goodness.
nice.
Whoa.
Wow, that's tight as well. Oh, incredible.
I feel like I need credit for that. I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would happen. I mean, a fantastic job of Danielle not slipping into that. That
Nice.
armbar was off.
Yeah, that was
Brilliant.
deep. That was in there deep.
With no shadow of a doubt, that was secure, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
I
think
agree.
in everyone else's, no doubt that Hayley Carter in a really tough match, because anyone going against Danielle Tighe is going to find himself in a tough match.
Yeah.
But she is able to get that, what we can only assume will be a decision victory. Let's have a look at some of those replays.
Yeah, hopefully get to see these two
Two
arm
arm
bars.
bars, yeah.
Yeah.
So a slow start to the match with Jocelyn in the stand-up. She goes for an inside trip there and finds herself on her back. A little bit of trouble early on, and then, I mean, a potential watermelon bust in her leg center there. Oh, we missed it. Armbar attempt early on. And
That
then-
was. Sorry. No, go on. No, I was just going to say that was more loose. The second arm bar would definitely elbow in there.
Well, hopefully we'll see that second armbar in a sec. That
Yeah.
was incredibly tight. I really thought that
Here we
it
go,
is.
here we
And
go.
it was quite a loose setup as well.
It
at the
was,
end.
yeah.
Look how tight that is, and I was sure for a second that Danielle was going to tap.
Yeah, me
but she
too.
manages to hitchhike her out of it. Really nicely done. Let's find out what the final decision is.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, by judges' decision, is Hayley Carter!
Excellent camaraderie between these two. Dan is going to talk to our winner. Oh, she's running off.
Hayley, firstly, massive congratulations. My first question to you, though, is a pretty serious one. Where's a cool handshake at the beginning?
Oh, I wasn't allowed. Dan told me I wasn't allowed. I'm not allowed to be friends with people.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I'll have to have a word with Dan because we do love it, but you did say that you were, it was quite funny when we asked you about the last match, that you had this awesome submission, but people only remembered you for the handshake. This time, making sure that people remember you for it. Really, really exciting and great performance there. Danielle's pretty tough, eh?
Yeah, man, I know she's tough. She's hard. Yeah. I knew it was going to be tough.
And a couple of really nice armbar attempts, though. That first one, the setup was quite deep, but the transition into the armbar quite loose. But right at the end there, with a couple of seconds left, I was sure that she was going to tap there. Were you surprised she didn't?
Yeah, it felt really tight, but she just slipped out of it. She's tough, like, she ain't going to tap easy, so.
Absolutely. And, we've seen you twice now on Enyo, in the gi, no gi. Do you have any idea of what you want to do, gi or no gi next? Who you want to go against, or?
I'm definitely up for more no-gi this year. Definitely want to do more no-gi. I'll have whoever wants me.
Well, we look forward to having you back on. Ladies and gentlemen, Hayley Carter.